Hello, dear listener. If you are an INFJ, or if you love one, you know that this personality type is often described as the rarest and most complex. But behind the labels of the advocate or the mystic lies a reality that is seldom spoken of with the depth it deserves. A profound and often exhausting inner world, a constant tango between light and shadow. Today, we are going to venture into that shadow. We will sit with it, understand its origins, and listen to what it needs to tell us. This is not a path of condemnation, but one of compassionate curiosity. For it is only by embracing our entire selves, the light and the dark, that we can truly heal and step into our full power. So, find a comfortable space, and let's begin this journey together. 1. The labyrinth of the mind, beyond overthinking. To be an INFJ is to possess a mind that is less like a simple calculator and more like a vast, organic supercomputer running multiple complex simulations simultaneously. Your primary cognitive function, introverted intuition, NI, is a pattern-seeking missile. It is constantly absorbing information, sifting through the data of human behavior, social dynamics, and future possibilities, and synthesizing it into a coherent vision. This is the source of your uncanny insights and your ability to foresee outcomes. But the shadow side of this gift is what we might call the NITI loop. When an INFJ is stressed or unbalanced, their tertiary function, introverted thinking, TI, teams up with NI in an unhealthy way. TI is a logical, analytical function. Instead of using their auxiliary function, extroverted feeling, FE, which seeks harmony and connection to balance their intuition, the stressed INFJ retreats entirely inward. NI generates endless possibilities and scenarios, and TI obsessively analyzes each one, searching for the single, perfect, logically sound answer. This is why you can spend hours, even days, trapped in a mental labyrinth of your own construction, replaying a single conversation, agonizing over a decision as simple as what to have for dinner, or trying to solve all the world's problems from your armchair. It's a state of cognitive hyperdrive that leads to paralysis, existential anxiety, and a deep disconnection from the present moment. You are so busy analyzing the map of reality that you forget to actually walk the territory of your own life. The extended healing pathway. Breaking this loop requires a conscious, deliberate effort to engage your other functions and your body. Engage your FE, extroverted feeling. Force yourself to connect. Call a trusted friend and talk it out. The act of verbalizing your swirling thoughts forces them into linearity and often reveals their irrationality. The feedback and warmth from another person can ground you instantly. Engage your SE, extroverted sensing. This is your inferior function, the key to your liberation. You must get out of your head and into your body. Engage in intense physical activity. Go for a run, dance, do yoga, knead bread, garden. Focus intensely on the sensory details, the feel of the wind, the taste of food, the sound of music. This acts as a system reboot for your overstimulated brain. Practice good enough decision-making. Set a timer. For small decisions, give yourself 60 seconds. For larger ones, a day. When the timer goes off, you must act. This builds the muscle of trusting your intuition in the moment, rather than subjecting it to endless analysis. Remember, most decisions are not permanent. A wrong choice is simply data for the next, better one. 2. The Atlas complex, the weight of the world on your shoulders. Many INFJs suffer from what I call the Atlas complex, named after the Titan of Greek mythology, condemned to hold up the celestial heavens for eternity. You have a deep, often subconscious belief that you are responsible for the emotional well-being of everyone around you. Your immense empathy and your extroverted feeling function make you exquisitely attuned to the emotional atmospheres in any room. You feel the unspoken tensions, the hidden sadness, the silent needs of others. This leads to a dangerous and draining form of emotional labor. You become the therapist friend, the family mediator, the workplace peacemaker. You absorb the emotional entropy of any system you're in, trying to restore balance. The shadow here is the slow, insidious erosion of your own identity. To keep others comfortable, you suppress your own needs, opinions, and emotions. You become a mirror, reflecting back what others need to see, while your true self feels increasingly faint and distant. You are loving others at the direct expense of loving yourself. This is often rooted in childhood. Many INFJs were the parentified child, the emotional confidant for a parent, or the one who learned that love was conditional upon their goodness, their helpfulness, their lack of needs. The extended healing pathway. Healing the Atlas complex is a journey of repatriating your energy. Discern empathy from responsibility. This is the crucial distinction. You can have deep, profound empathy for someone's pain without making it your job to fix it. Their emotional state is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to be compassionate, not to be their savior. The "whose feeling is this" exercise. When you feel a sudden wave of anxiety, sadness, or anger, pause and ask yourself, did this feeling originate inside of me, or did I pick it up from someone else? Often simply identifying the source allows you to consciously let it go. Practice micro boundaries. You don't have to start with a huge no. Start small. I can't talk right now, but I can call you tomorrow. I'd love to help, but I have prior commitments. Each small boundary is a brick in the foundation of your new self-respecting identity. It feels uncomfortable at first, like a muscle you've never used, but it grows stronger with each repetition. 3. The grief of the ideal, when reality falls short. Your introverted intuition, NI, grants you the ability to see the profound potential in people, projects, and systems. You can see the perfect version, the healed version, the ultimate beautiful outcome. This is the source of your idealism and your visionary spirit. But the shadow is a perpetual and profound grief. The gap between the beautiful, harmonious world you can envision and the messy, flawed, often cruel reality we inhabit can be a source of immense pain. This isn't just disappointment, it's a deep soul-level anguish. You see what could be so clearly that what is feels like a personal failure. This extends to your relationships. You fall in love with a person's potential, and you can spend years, sometimes a lifetime, trying to help them become that ideal, often while ignoring the reality of who they are in the present moment. This leads to frustration, resentment, and a sense of betrayal that the other person never asked for. You set them and yourself up for failure by holding them to a standard of your own creation. The extended healing pathway. This healing is about moving from idealism to integrated acceptance. Practice and thinking. Instead of seeing the ideal and the real as opposites, practice holding them both at once. This person is flawed and hurtful in this way, and they are also capable of love and growth. The world is full of injustice and pain, and it is also full of breathtaking beauty and kindness. This dialectical thinking allows you to hold a more complex, less brittle view of reality. Mourn the ideal. Give yourself permission to grieve. It is okay to be sad that the world is not as beautiful as you know it could be. It is okay to feel the pain of a relationship not meeting your deepest hopes. Acknowledge that grief. feel it fully, and then let it move through you. Suppressing it only leads to cynicism. Focus on micro actions. You cannot single-handedly close the gap between the ideal world and the real one, but you can narrow it in tiny, meaningful ways. Volunteer for a cause you believe in. Create a piece of art that expresses beauty. Offer genuine kindness to one person. These small actions are antidotes to the despair of idealism. They are you planting your flag in the reality of the present moment and declaring, I will make this corner of the world, however small, more like my vision. 4. The haunting, fear of abandonment, and the door slam. Beneath the INFJ's calm exterior often lies a deep-seated fear of abandonment. This isn't necessarily about a fear of being physically alone. It's a terror of emotional abandonment, of being unseen, misunderstood, and ultimately rejected for your true, complex self. This fear can make you cling tightly to relationships, becoming overly accommodating in the hope that if you are good enough, people will stay. But the other side of this coin is the infamous INFJ door slam. When an INFJ feels betrayed, manipulated, or consistently misunderstood, they don't always confront or argue. Instead, they may perform a quiet internal severing. They emotionally withdraw, detach, and close a door in their heart, often permanently. This is not a punishment for the other person. It is a primal act of self-preservation. It is the ultimate boundary, enacted when an INFJ feels their core self is under threat. While sometimes necessary for escaping toxic situations, the door slam can also be a trauma response, a preemptive strike to avoid the pain of being abandoned first. It can rob you of the opportunity for reconciliation and growth within a relationship. The extended healing pathway. Navigating this requires building security from within. Develop an internal locus of validation. Your sense of worth must become independent of others' opinions. Practice validating yourself. When you create something, instead of immediately seeking feedback, sit with it and appreciate it yourself. Tell yourself, I am proud of this. Your worth is not out there. It is an internal, non-negotiable fact. Communicate before you capitulate. Before reaching the point of a door slam, practice vulnerable communication. This is incredibly difficult, but it is the only way to give a relationship a chance. Use I feel statements. When X happens, I feel Y because I need Z. This is not an accusation. It is an invitation into your inner world. If the other person rejects that invitation, then you can walk away with the clarity that you did everything you could. Soothe your inner child. The intensity of the fear of abandonment often points to early wounds. Practice inner child work. Visualize your younger self and offer them the love, security, and understanding they needed. Tell them, I am here now. I will not abandon you. We are safe. This builds an internal foundation of security that makes external abandonment less catastrophic. Dear listener, your shadows are not your enemies. They are the unintegrated, unprotected parts of your magnificent gifts. Your overthinking is the raw material of your wisdom. Your empathy is the raw material of your compassion. Your idealism is the raw material of your vision. Your depth is the raw material of your connection. The goal is not to eliminate the shadow, but to perform an alchemy of integration, to take the raw, overwhelming power of these traits and forge them into conscious tools, to build a container strong enough to hold your depth, to learn to wield your empathy with boundaries, to direct your intuition with action, to feel your idealism without despair. This is the journey of the INFJ, from a soul overwhelmed by its own capacity to a conscious architect of a more beautiful world, starting with the world within yourself. It is a long road, but you do not walk it alone. Thank you for listening.